The atmosphere at Anfield is charged with debate and divided opinions. Arne Slot, the Dutch manager who took the throne left behind by Jurgen Klopp, is reportedly on the verge of receiving a contract renewal offer from Liverpool. But the big question echoing through the club's corridors is, does he really deserve a new deal right now? This doubt hasn't appeared out of nowhere. After a turbulent start to the season, marked by inconsistent results and football below expectations, many are wondering whether this is truly the right time to offer full stability to a manager still under scrutiny. Since his arrival, Slot has had to deal with the immense weight of replacing one of the most beloved managers in modern football history. Klopp left behind an almost mythical legacy, and everyone knew that stepping into his shoes would be a challenge comparable to scaling Everest. Manchester United and Arsenal are living proof of how risky a succession process can be. Since Sir Alex Ferguson's departure, United have never regained the Premier League crown. Arsenal, meanwhile, took years to rediscover their identity after Arsene Wenger's farewell. Liverpool, however, seem to have broken that curse. In his first full season, Slot led the Reds to the Premier League title with an authority that surprised even the harshest critics. He managed to maintain the team's trademark intensity, introduced fresh tactical ideas, and rejuvenated the squad. His win rate of 67.16% underlines his success, the highest in the club's modern history. Not even Klopp, 60.1%, matched such a record. Club legend Kenny Dalglish follows with 60.09%. The numbers, when examined coldly, say it all. Slot delivered results. But football, as we know, is rarely judged coldly. Fans live through emotion, and the past few months have shaken the faith of many. Liverpool began the current season inconsistently, losing the Community Shield on penalties and stumbling through 3 straight matches before the international break. The spark of those heroic comebacks and last-minute winners that so thrilled supporters last season seems to have faded. The team, while still winning several games, has lost the fluidity and control that once defined Slot's thrilling style of play. Some fans have begun questioning his tactical choices, particularly his reluctance to give significant minutes to Federico Chiesa, a signing that arrives surrounded by huge expectations. The Italian forward has been used sparingly, sparking debates across social media and even among pundits. That magic touch Slot once had, the knack for changing matches with clever substitutions, seems to have dimmed. But is it really fair to pin all the blame on him? In truth, there are several reasons behind this period of instability, and none directly question the manager's competence. The first and most painful was the tragedy that struck the dressing room, the sudden death of Diogo Jota. The Portuguese forward was more than a key player, he was a dear friend to everyone. His loss devastated the squad. Captain Van Dijk mentioned in an interview that this season could never be straightforward after what happened. "We always knew there would be ups and downs, but there are reasons the public can't always see. We need to stay united," he said, visibly emotional. Mohamed Salah, the face of the team, also seems to have felt Jota's absence deeply. The Egyptian, usually known for his composure and focus, has shown emotional fragility on several occasions. He's argued with opponents, reacted explosively on the pitch, and was even seen crying as he thanked fans after a hard-fought victory. A team in emotional turmoil loses more than physical strength. It loses the mental balance that makes champions.
The second reason behind Liverpool's struggles lies in the major squad overhaul. The club invested heavily in the last transfer window. Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak, Jeremy Frimpong and Milos Kerkez were brought in to reshape entire sectors of the team. On paper, the side looks stronger. In practice, the adaptation process has come at a cost. The once automatic defensive system has started making unusual errors, and it's not hard to see why. For years, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson were synonymous with consistency at fullback. They were like perfectly tuned cogs in a machine, knowing instinctively where the other would be. When both were replaced, that synchronicity vanished. Now, Van Dijk and Konate often attempt automatic passes into spaces where the new fullbacks simply aren't positioned. The result? Misplaced passes, lost balls, and a lingering sense of disorganization. Rebuilding these connections takes time, and Slot, more than anyone, knows it. Still, some critics insist that Slot's earlier success came merely with Klopp's team. That accusation is unfair. Yes, he inherited a solid base, but the credit for revitalizing it and extracting the best out of players like Gravenberch and Gakpo is entirely his. Under Slot, both evolved from inconsistent prospects into key tactical pieces. And if Klopp's squad was really that good, why didn't the German win the title in his final season? The answer is simple. Slot brought something new. During their title-winning campaign, Liverpool dominated the Premier League from start to finish. The trophy was secured with 4 matches to spare, and the Reds eased off in the final stretch, collecting just 2 points from the last 12 available when the title was already theirs. Had they maintained their earlier pace, they likely would have surpassed the 95-point mark. That achievement speaks volumes. So, a poor start to the season doesn't erase Slot's monumental work, nor can it be judged without context. Liverpool have faced an exceptionally tough fixture list so far, clashing with Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle and the fierce Merseyside derby against Everton. To call 5 wins from 7 matches a disaster would be disingenuous. Any team in the world, even the best, would hit turbulence with a run like that. While a few impatient fans call for changes, Liverpool's board is acting with caution and long-term vision. According to journalist Lewis Steele of the Daily Mail, talks with Slot's agent Rafaela Pimenta are already underway. The goal is simple: to avoid the Dutchman entering the final year of his contract without a new deal. The club has learned from the past. They don't want to risk losing the manager who restored stability and hope after the Klopp era. And there are good reasons to believe Slot still has plenty to give. He's shown a willingness to adapt, test new formations, and even look for inspiration beyond England. During the recent international break, he attended the Netherlands' 4-0 victory over Malta, a match featuring 4 Liverpool players, and reportedly left with fresh tactical ideas to apply at Anfield. Behind the scenes, there's also transfer activity. Liverpool are closely monitoring Dayot Upamecano of Bayern Munich as a potential replacement for Mark Guéhi, should the English defender decide to leave. Slot is actively involved in these discussions, showing just how aligned he is with the club's long-term vision. Meanwhile, another Liverpool icon, Steven Gerrard, has made headlines for a very different reason. The legend has agreed to return to Rangers, the club that first launched his managerial career, promising a new era in Glasgow. The news delighted nostalgic fans, but also served as a reminder of how quickly time passes and how football cycles close and begin again in the blink of an eye. In the end, the question hovering over Merseyside isn't simply whether Slot deserves a new contract. The real issue is Liverpool willing to risk losing him? In a world where stability and results are increasingly rare commodities, the Dutchman remains the bridge between a glorious past and a promising future. Anfield has seen many heroes, but few arrived under such pressure and managed, in so little time, to rekindle the flame of hope among its supporters. Arne Slot isn't perfect, no manager is, but his journey so far reveals qualities that go beyond statistics: resilience, intelligence, and the courage to rebuild amid chaos. If that's not merit, what is? Share your thoughts below. Your opinion matters. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and see you in the next video.